Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and I have a new game for you guys, at least for my channel and for me, and that's Hearthstone. Now, I've been wanting to play Hearthstone for a little while now, but unfortunately, I couldn't figure out a way to get it installed on my computer. I had troubles installing Battle.net, which is the way you have to go if you want to install Hearthstone. And I had to do some troubleshooting, figuring out what the problem was, and eventually I was able to get it figured out, and we're getting into the game now. So I'm pretty much, brand new into the game. I've only done a little bit of stuff on the side, unlocked a few packs here and there, and ranked up one of the classes to rank 10 so that I unlock all their basic cards. Otherwise, I'm pretty much brand new to this game. What I thought what I'd do is I'd jump into a ranked match here. My very first ranked match. I haven't done ranked at all. And I'm going to use my Taunt caster, which is essentially the first deck that I kind of put together. I have some other decks that I put kind of threw together here. Most of them I haven't even played with. And they're very basic. I mean, the most basic of basic cards. I did a lot with the Taunt Healer, although, honestly, I don't think it's a very valid deck. I think it... once I get all the cards unlocked for that, which I'm not far from doing, I'm probably going to rebuild it completely. And then I have my Crazy Crap deck that I've been playing with a friend who's very new to Hearthstone, and I just kind of threw together a deck that's kind of a hodgepodge of stuff, just, kind of, play with them and give them a little bit more of a chance. Although, actually, it turns out the Crazy Crap isn't that bad of a deck. But let's go ahead and jump into this ranked game with the Taunt caster and see how it goes. So, this is obviously a very taunt-heavy deck, so you can kind of guess with the Taunt caster name what it's all about. But it's very taunt-heavy, and I have all the basic spells unlocked, but as I said, I only have a few packs unlocked here and there, so mostly I'm going to be running with basic cards, but this deck does all right. Problem is in casual play now, because I've unlocked this class to level 10, I'm being faced against, people that have a lot more advanced cards unlocked, so it's a little bit challenging from that aspect. So it looks like we're going second here. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of one of these Frost Bolts, and I think I'm pretty happy with this opening hand, though. So let's go ahead and play with this. Alright, that's not a really useful card to get. But I have all the basic taunt cards in this deck, if I remember correctly. Maybe I have a couple missing to allow for other cards. And hopefully we have a player here that's going to get moving. There we go. So he's got a pretty strong opening move. I'm actually not that familiar with this card. Alright, so I was planning on putting out my taunt, but that would enrage this guy. But you know what? That's not that big of a deal, because we can just pit him if we need to. Matter of fact, I could Frostbolt him, but that's kind of a waste of a Frostbolt. So we'll do that. End our turn, see how this goes. That's a mech, okay. Well, he might be playing a mech deck. I don't know. I mean, I'm rank 25 down at the bottom, so I'd imagine that I'm playing a also inexperienced player, but this doesn't look like a very basic card here, so kind of hard to say.
What now?
All right, and he seems to be a guy that takes quite a while to do his turn, so I apologize for that. I mean, you got 2 mana, guy. It's not that hard to figure out what you need to do. There we go. And I guess he doesn't have a play beyond that. All right, well, that was kind of a waste. Alright, well, whatever. We'll just pip this guy, call it a turn. So that kind of went to plan, but he wasted a removal card there that was not very efficient on his end. And I don't know what he was thinking with attacking me there, that I wouldn't just destroy him. Alright, he's armoring up. I don't think we have that strong of a 3-mana turn here. Probably just going to use Arcane Intellect to draw a fish for cards here. Although we did get a Tauren Warrior here. That might be worth putting out, considering there's nothing else on the board.
May my ancestors watch over me.
We'll have to see how he responds to that. I mean, he's got 4 mana. That's a little bit more of a decent amount here, but he's been proving to be a slow player so far. And we are, you know, rank 25, so I would imagine this is... Alright, so he's armoring up. And that's guessing his turn. It'd be nice if he hit the end turn button, if that was all his turn was going to be. Although he is playing footsie with one of his cards there, so we don't know about that. I'd like to get a couple matches in here, but we'll have to see, you know, if we have a lot of players like this that are super slow like this, it might not turn out that way. Yeah, he played a lot of footsie with his cards to not do a whole lot. All right, so it looks like this is going to be either a Yeti turn or fishing for cards turn. I'm thinking Yeti. I mean, we've got board control, why not press it?
Bring it on.
And we get a couple damage out there, and that's our turn. See, it only takes about 5 seconds to do a turn. But I imagine he's going to play footsie with his cards again here. Alright. Got rid of my taunt. Okay, but I have more where that came from. What I'm thinking about here is just doing the pipper on this guy, killing him, and then getting another taunt out there. So we'll go ahead and do that. There we go. I think that's pretty solid. I actually, you know, as taunt heavy as this is, I'm not drawing many of my taunts. Now, I have a lot of spells, too, you know, as kind of removal for the tougher things, but I haven't been drawing those either. But if we ever get into a mess, we can always draw the Arcane Intellects out there to get some card draw going. But we're going to have a turn 6 play with our Lord of the Arena. And then I'd like to back that up with my Wind Fury Harpy. This is one of my favorite cards. This is a good finishing or, you know, high damage output card, which is really good for my deck because I can put her behind a lot of taunts there, protect her, but dish out the damage. You know, if we got a clear board like this, I'm going to really be able to ramp up the damage output.
What now?
But yeah, he's playing footsie with his cards again. Alright. So he's going to smack my taunt here. Alright. And he's running out of time. Again, he's only got 2 mana, so... Alright, so we probably, as I said, we want to do the Lord of the Arena play. And then we're going to stick the Wind Fury behind that next turn. So let's go ahead and smack him with the Yeti.
Job's done.
Now, he's been armoring up a lot, so unfortunately we haven't been doing much damage to him. But considering how much he's pouring into the armor, you know, he's not doing anything else. He's got an empty board. And I have, you know, good faith that whatever he puts out on the board this turn we'll be able to deal with. Alright, I'm probably just going to ignore the Gurabashi there.
Back to work.
Oh, okay, so he's pumping it up. Alright. That is somewhat of a threat. Unfortunately, I don't think I can really deal with it this turn. What I can do is I can put the Wind Fury down and then put out another taunt to try and protect it. Obviously, I could Frostbolt the... I think we need to get rid of that Gurabashi, honestly. So let's go ahead and do that. And we'll get rid of him. There we go. I don't know if that was the most efficient play, but I think it needed to be done. And then obviously we have some options here for putting out taunts. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually fish for cards here. Alright, so we got some high damage output. Yeah, see, that's what I need. I need the removal.
Ready for action.
Because I've got polymorphs and other stuff in his deck. There we go. I think that's a decent layout there. We've got a couple taunts, so we can put down a Core Hound or a Wind Fury. And that's the thing. The way I play, the Core Hound and the Wind Fury Harpy, they really need that taunt shield. Because they don't have good health. They can be targeted, you know, by enemy minions and put out. But they have good damage output, so that's why I kind of have them in this deck. They synergize well with the taunt walls. But I like to also pair that, obviously, with the removal cards. So if he puts out more scary minions, I can get rid of them with the spell. So that's kind of the idea of this deck. And again, this guy is taking a while. So he's going to lash out and kill one of my taunts here. He's going to throw away his minion. Alright. He took 6 to the face. Get rid of my...
to me.
Alright. So, we could Frostbolt that. I don't know if that's a good use of Frostbolt, honestly. If I only had 1 more mana, I could put down the Harpy and a Taunt. I don't like putting the Harpy down without it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down the Taunt, because I want a strong Taunt presence before I put down my main damage cards. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to Frostbolt this guy, just get him off the board, so he doesn't have card draw. Well, I mean, he's going to get that, but he's not going to get anything beyond that. Go ahead and throw my Intellect out so we get more cards in hand. Okay, we're getting some strong taunts now. And then we'll just damage his face. There we go. We're getting kind of, you know, this is what this deck is all about. It's controlling the board, making sure he doesn't have any minions out there. We've got the clears like Flame Strikes and Fireballs. He puts out too many minions, I'll Flame Strike it. If he puts out too strong of a minion, I'll Fireball it. So either way, I'm going to keep the board clear. Obviously, keeping it clear means I can't put out the damaging minions, but you know, it's important to keep that board clear for this deck, I think. If he isn't able to kill either of these taunts, it's time to put down either the Corehound or the Wind Fury Harpy. Alright, so we kind of have to worry about that. Fortunately, the Fireball can't really deal with that. Alright, so what I'm thinking is I'm going to put down another Iron Fur Grizzly and then put down my Wind Fury Harpy. That should keep it protected, but also give me enough mana to place it down. So we'll do that. And then we'll just attack the face. It kind of slows down his Grommash here, and then if he does anything with that Grommash to attack my taunts, I'm just going to Fireball it and kill it. So, I think we're good. I think we're going to maintain that board control for the most part. Luckily for me, it doesn't look like he has any taunts, so I can start unleashing with the Wind Fury Harpy here, starting really knocking him down. But he's probably going to play footsie with his cards again. And see, this is kind of what I'm talking about, though. You know, he has a lot more advanced cards than I do. I'm playing with a straight-up basic deck here. So even though I kind of know what I'm doing, it's I'm very limited by, you know, what cards I have. But he's got a pretty decent hand here. I would imagine he has some kind of play.
They are bend to my command.
All right, well, he doesn't have a weapon. All right, he's going to rampage it. All right, well, that keeps it out of Fireball range, unfortunately. But what I'm going to do here is obviously hit face with the Wind Fury Harpy here. I'm thinking about putting down another taunt. You know, it's kind of tough here. I mean, I just have. I mean, I can't use the Flame Strike because they're both out of Flame Strike range. I could use a Fireball, take him down. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to use Fireball, take this guy out, and then we're going to throw down the Shield Master, attack face. He's got 2 taunts to deal with again, and then use our little Fire Blast there, and we should have him, unless he's able to clear my board entirely, and even then I can Fireball him next turn. So I think we're good. As a matter of fact, that might have been a misplay. I could have Fireballed him this turn, so that was a misplay. I could have lethaled him this turn. So he now has to clear my board to make me pay for that mistake. If he can't do that, then I win. So that was a little bit of a misplay. I didn't recognize the lethal there. But I'm still inexperienced, so I'll have to learn from those mistakes. Alright, so he gave up. Alright, so we didn't pay for that mistake, but definitely we had lethal that turn, and I missed it. Okay, so that's good. Get my rank up there. Alright, so we'll play another ranked match here. I think that one went pretty well. So we'll tack one more on here, and then we'll call it a day. Now, I can't guarantee that I'm going to continue to win, but it's pretty interesting to see, people that have much more unlocked decks versus, my deck, which is very, very basic. Outside of, I've got a Flame Strike here and there and things like that.
Jaina
I'm playing with pretty much all
Jaina.
basic cards. All right, so we've got
My magic will tear you
a mirror
apart.
match here. All right, so this isn't the greatest starting hand here. We'll get rid of these two. At least we have a turn 2 play, maybe. All right, that didn't help. At least we have a polymorph in hand this time, so we can deal with more dangerous stuff. Unfortunately, no turn 1.
Job done.
I think River Crocolisk is going to come out turn 2, unless something dissuades me for that. Coin.
Get in there and fight, maggot! Get in there and fight, maggot!
Okay, that's an interesting open hand. Okay. I don't think I've been that dissuaded from doing... Well, we could clear, but I think putting the minion out there is worth it. I mean, he might have to make a 2-for-1 trade
Job's
if
done.
he wants to get rid of the River Crocolisk. So I'm going to go ahead and do that play. And then we'll probably, next turn, unless something's changed, put out the Gold Shower Footman and blast one of these guys. Alright, he's just going face. Okay, so we can do a little bit of board control here. Put out that guy and then kill any one of these. It'll be fine. I don't know if he has a Morlock deck, and I think the Morlocks are kind of dangerous here if he does, so let's get rid of that. And then let's go ahead and finish off one of these guys.
Job's done.
And hopefully we'll be able to do a 2-for-1 trade here. More than likely he'll just run his Abusive Sergeant into my Taunt. That kills the two of them, but it gives me board control. So either way, we're good. Alright, so I was right. He does have a lot of a few more Morlocks. I don't know if they're... see, he's going to go face again. That's what I thought. Alright, well, at this point, I could put down a Taunt, but I'd prefer the board control. So this is kind of a waste of turn, but kind of get control back in our court. Of course, he's going to do the same to me. Question, does he have follow-up play? No, he didn't. So, now it's time to put out our Taunt. And I'm probably just going to Fire Blast his face because there's not much else to do. I like to save the Frost Bolts for clearing, mid-tier and lower-tier minions. And then obviously we have the Polymorph for higher tier. And if he floods the board, we've got the Flame Strike, so... Alright, he's giving me cards. That helps me. Fortunately, we don't have a very strong mid-play here.
It's time for a little blood.
Alright, that helps. We get more Taunt out. I am worried about his Flame Strikes, though, obviously. Well, let's just take care of this right now. And... get another Taunt out.
May my ancestors.
Now, I want him to have to run into me, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to ignore his minion and attack his face, because I don't want to hit that and then just have him pip me. Now, I mean, that makes him burn mana, but that's what we're going to go with. I like to hit face a lot with this deck, because I can rely on those taunts to kind of hold them back. To see, but this guy has a lot more pacing than the first guy we faced. A lot better pacing anyway. Although he's a little indecisive right now. It's tough to deal with like a taunt wall like this. So there you go. Alarmabot. Okay, that's interesting. I'm assuming a Pip's gonna come out here with his Frost Blast, although maybe he has a card he wants to play. Yeah, that's what I thought. That should be his turn, probably, unless he has a 1-drop. This actually puts me kind of in an interesting situation, because I want to get rid of the Alarmabot. And that makes me burn a lot of mana. I could have dropped down the Core Hound, this turn instead. So just, But we'll put down another Taunt. Again, I have to worry about Flame Strike, but You know, if he puts it down, he puts it down.
What you want?
Job done.
I mean, that prevents him from doing anything for his turn, so... Puts the Flame Strike down.
To Northrend.
Alright, now he did that instead. He's gonna eat one of my taunts. Okay. Kind of puts me in a predicament because I don't really have much of a turn. But I think it's important that I kill this. And I might put down one of my core hounds down here, mostly just to put pressure on him.
Job's done.
I prefer to have a taunt wall when I put one of these down, but if he burns hard removal to get rid of it, that helps.
You love my new recipe.
Alright, I'll take that. It makes it harder for you to kill him.
The gates are open.
Alright. Causes me a little bit of difficulty. Obviously, I can fireball it. I think what I'm going to do here is fireball the taunt. And then put my own taunt down.
Tadingo!
And I'm thinking about ignoring this guy. Let's start putting pressure on. Same time, getting rid of minions. Yeah, you know what? I want the Flame Strike open if he's going to flood the board. So let's start putting pressure on him. That could have gone either way in my head. But if he doesn't do anything about the taunt, I'm probably going to put down my... Alright. Well, that's a good answer. He's pipping me. Now what is he going to do? Alright, there's a guy in me. Okay. I might actually throw polymorph here. It's probably a waste of a polymorph, but I want to get in there now. So, let's polymorph. Pip it down. And I will throw the Yeti. Get the damage on the board. And we've got control. Now that taunt is obviously not that strong, but you know, now my core hound is you know, much stronger on the board. I mean, he's a lot harder to remove. I'm not doing the kind of damage a core hound would do, but he's gonna have a hard time removing this board. Even if it is a flame strike, he's only removing the taunt. And see, this is where it benefits me. Now the core hound removes the... Well, he's doing something here. See, what he was doing there is he didn't want the Yeti to live if I threw the Yeti at him. Alright, so what do we got? We've got 5... Yeah, we got lethal. So I think fireball and then kill. Nice, easy match. There we are. That went pretty easily. And you see there, the board control. A lot of people, when you have a strong taunt deck like this, they don't know what to do with that. They're just like, whoa, you know, you really control that board, and you prevent them from responding. So we got 3 wins in a row. 1 win was off camera, so you didn't get to see that. And you get a little bit of gold out of that, obviously. And there we go. So that was pretty successful. Little opener into the ranked map play. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.